So we've been through the process and the analysis. Let's just end with some thoughts on the quality of the work. So a number of steps can be taken to ensure quality in case study research. Firstly, you need to review your material to validate the case. Have that done by peers, but by participants and informants. Now, the people you ask may disagree with the interpretations and conclusions you draw, but they should not disagree with the underlying facts, what you found out in your case study work. Now, the exemplary case is significant because it's making a contribution, it's of interest, and it's important in terms of theory. It is complete because the boundaries of the case are clearly stated, the evidence has been exhaustively collected, and any key limitations or conditions are absent from the work. You cannot say, oh, I ran out of time or I couldn't get access, because we're looking to contribute to theory or knowledge. If that is the case, you need to redesign to adapt your cases. You've got to consider all the alternative perspectives. If they're rival theoretical propositions, you need to make sure they can be dismissed through analysis. If they're alternative perspectives or interpretations of the facts, you've got to make sure that they can be empirically rejected. How do you do that? Well, often you need sufficient evidence so that you can reject alternative perspectives and provide readers the confidence that you really understand what's going on. And finally, it's really going to be well written. If you write an engaging style with clarity and really show your evidence, then we can have a high quality case that is convincing to the reader. I want to reiterate the absolute importance of theory. You need to have a thorough grasp of theory before any data collection for case studies. Your research questions and propositions are embedded in theory. What does theory propose and what are you proposing as a result? And therefore, what research questions drive the tests of those propositions? All of that's theoretical, and you can't really go and get any benefit from a company without really understanding what lens you're going to be looking at it through. So your PhD must make an original contribution to knowledge. You need to know what's been done and identify knowledge gaps. That's quite hard because when we're looking at literature, we're actually trying to see what's not there. So again, you've got to have a thorough grasp of theory before you can start to see, that's missing. Theory development is part of the design phase. You design your study to fill those knowledge gaps. What's the underpinning theoretical basis of the work? Are you seeking to develop or test theory or extend theory? Literature provides you with the theoretical framework and likely the methodological frameworks, because you'll be reading those papers and you'll see the methods that are being used. Existing knowledge bases can be very poor. Lack of literature is usually due to new context, not novel theory. So I've been doing a lot of work recently in blockchain, but often what we see can be explained with previous theory. So all we have is a new context, not new theory. That's a challenge because if I were to write about it, often it's really just journalism. This has happened, but we know why. It's easier to get a PhD by building on others' work than trying to establish a new field. And if you try and do that, where are you going to publish? So make sure you know your theoretical basis, try and spot the gaps, understand the propositions and test them.